When we take a roof off, we do a full roof replacement. The most sheeting we have to replace is on the edges, where you just talked about ice and snow pushing back underneath it.
I know the other part.
Chimneys and sidewalls.
Yep.
Right?
Valleys.
And valleys. Yep.
Valleys are a huge problem.
Making sure that's solid, that's sealed.
It's sealed.
It has
There's
to be.
also the proper underlayments underneath that valley. Because if you think about it, you're taking all the water from 2 different slopes of roof and you're channeling it to an area that big.
Right. And hoping it's
Sits
not
there
going to leak.
And hoping it doesn't leak. I've seen roofs taken off where roofers don't even put ice and water down the valley, which
should be criminal.
Which is unbelievable. Spend an extra $100 on that roof just to put ice and water in the valleys.
Right.
You know, we're putting about 8 feet of ice and water in the valley because I know
and a couple layers of protection.
Simply because I know what a
critical area it is.
Sure.
So, the last thing people should be checking and at least looking at is ridge vents, ventilation. You know, stuff can get clogged up over the summertime. Do you get birds up there building? You know, do they fill in any of that ridge vent? Is it all gummed up? Right. So if people can't get up on their roofs, it's dangerous. But if you can, go up there and look at your ridge vent. Is it still flowing? Because that ridge vent cools your attic. You know, with releasing the warm air. So making sure that's another thing we see on the restore side of things, that
moisture.
Moisture's right? Heat and moisture are killers for roofs on the inside.
You don't have proper ventilation and you don't have air sealing in your attic floor, you're almost certainly going to have mold in your attic.
Correct.
It's almost a guarantee.
Yeah, we see it so often that we go in attics and it's black.
It's black,
right.
And that's also something that we take care of.
Correct.
So we can make that attic look brand new,
healthier, roof not leak, and your wife happier. Because unfortunately, when time you have a roof leak, what does it mean when you have a roof leak? You don't ever notice it when it's leaking in your attic.
No.
You only notice when it's got into your house.
It's got to get through the roof. It's got to get through the insulation, and it's got to get through the drywall. Then it's a real problem.
Correct.
Because now you're talking about fixing the roof. You're talking about replacing insulation. You're talking about replacing drywall.
Correct.
Now, might be time for a new roof. Might not be that serious.
Right.
So I think our rule of thumb typically is if that roof is 18 or more years old,
right,
that's probably getting to the point where a roof restore might not do the trick.
Or 25 to 35% of the value, right?
Yeah.
Like, because again, I think if we always look at it through the lens of how do we take care of the customer the best, if our restore price is more than 25 or 35% of what a new roof would cost, we got to have the honest conversation. Maybe that restore is not the right answer.
Yeah. You know, unless that roof's 5 years old.
Right. Correct. Right.
It's 5 years old and the
shingles are gonna last a long time yet.
That something bad happens. So
yeah. So, but I think it's in the roofing world, what we're doing is unique, and it's not. It's because we're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to help people the right way, and not have people get taken advantage of. Not have to spend money they don't have to spend.
Yep.
And let's just be honest with them, and if we can give them some life on their roof, great.
Yep.
And then because then we know that when they get to experience us, that when they need that roof a couple years down the road, 4 or 5, whatever is 10 years down the road, we know who they're going to choose.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you've got someone who comes out to your house and they're like, "No, you need a new roof," and your roof is less than 10 years old, you probably don't.
Right.
Almost guaranteed you
right.
don't.
Because the shingles,
unless it was done so poorly that, you know, half of it has to be torn off to fix it.
Right.
I would say 95% of the time we can restore that roof and give you a lot of years.
Correct. And that's just doing the right thing when no one's watching.
Yep.
Right. But that's why, number one roofer in Madison, there's a reason for that.
Yep.
We do things the right way, even when no one's watching, and the customers appreciate it.
Yep. Absolutely.